My
padre
lost some land in the areas of Montalbano, Córdoba, and because of that my father has always been from the countryside. In 5 years I started to investigate where there was a little land to do something with it because I was really saturated with the field and I never wanted more, but finally I ended up in this because of my dad. 11 years ago we acquired this farm where our intention was for family recreation, but after some years that my daughter began to develop her studies in veterinary medicine, and inspired by all her love for animals and care for the environment, she saw how this interest in sharing all this blessing of God, I say, here with this land and involve the neighboring communities as well as people who want to come and be part of this dream of ours. We started as a plot, or a little sancochera land, that is, we came to make sancocho every 8 days in a very basic kiosk. But after my daughter finished veterinary medicine, we started to do little things and focus it as an ecological theme. Not so much ecotourism, but more ecological, in which we started to work to do little things, to make it more attractive. To sow, because it really had no pasture. What it had was grass without protein called panspermia. We started to organize the whole issue of tree planting, to make a selection of which trees were good for cattle feed. We started to make a sheep tour. We fell in love with them and this has not been easy. It has been a very hard task, and let's say that it has not been so beneficial for us. It is more like a hobby. Turbaco is a town close to Cartagena, where it has many agricultural areas, many farms around, and it is also important, the approach to an area of volcanoes and its famous fried food. For 6 years, more or less, we have been working on the issue of being organic, which is a very hard task, but we have achieved it, and we have seen that the soil has improved 100%, the quality of the soil, the seeds germinate, everything germinates here. We even have an invasion of many species that come from elsewhere, and we have had a very pleasant benefit with the issue of organics and the animals that we have helped us to improve the whole issue of soil, improve the topsoil. That our interest, as I said, is to increase the interest in nature, fauna, and flora, and the environment in general. So we want to share these teachings. We have a tour and you can visit us in 2 ways. First one, that is the tour that we offer to our visitors, where it is a tour that takes place from early in the morning, or it can be 9 o'clock or 9:30 a.m. until late afternoon, where we make a tour throughout the farm with 7 or 8 stations approximately explaining how to take care of our animals, where we have the main product, which is the lamb. We explain how to feed them. In addition, we have rabbits, poultry, some cows that we use for cheese production, chickens for egg production, and also the part that we have been requested, which is the part of accommodation and recreation, that is newly included in the attractions of the farm to be a time of relaxation, fun and contact with nature, away from the congestion of the city. We started to be self-sufficient with the farm. Let's say that we have generated much more capacity to evolve, to grow faster in terms of grazing and pastures, all the issues that are needed to feed. We are almost self-sufficient with the feeding in summer with the animals we have as silage. We make our own organic silage. We never fumigate it. We always clean it with scythes. And now with these climatic changes we have been much more affected by high temperatures, dry soils. Now we are blessed by the rains, and that is why you notice some green. But generally our area is too dry, so we have to make the most of the winter days to prepare and supply food for the dry season. Then we prepare the silage that we make with a combination of pastures that we have already seen in the paddocks. We use different types of pastures because each one has properties and vitamins that are indispensable for the breeding of our animals. We mix them, and depending on the type of silo we want to make, we can mix molasses, or maybe corn, different types of silos that we store in tanks, free of oxygen, so that the bacteria themselves can take effect and be available as food for the moment when there is no fresh pasture. This has been a great challenge and, as I said, an enormous satisfaction. Here it has been the work of my daughter and my husband. I have been supporting them here, but the joint work of the two of them has been what you are seeing now. My husband is very restless in creation. He always has his mind flying with new ideas. And that is what has allowed everything you see here to be his design and strategies. And also to see my daughter's dream that is being carried out to the fullest and fulfilling her legacy and trying to contribute to her dream of moving toward a better environment. When I was in Cartagena, the only thing I did was to go to shopping malls every weekend. I changed the visits to shopping malls, and everything I invest is for the farm. That is, the care of the animals, plants, inputs, seeds, fruit trees, that is to say, I started to invest to generate well-being, and I changed my life because this is my place. Here I am happy. Here I do not need luxury. I do not need anything because I place my hammock under a tree, a good book, breathing pure air. I do not feel noise. I do not feel anything. It is the best. It is the best thing that has happened to me. This has been very close to Cardique. They have been an invaluable support for us, because they contribute a lot in fairs, in promoting green business. We are currently as a farm verified by Cardique. We are in the process of certification, but we are on the way. And to be a green business, there are many aspects: sustainability, social responsibility, care of our resources. So it has been a path of about 4 or 5 years so far that we are linked as a green business. All this has also led us to great satisfaction, and that is that the ICA has certified us as a sheep farm with very good practices. And they told us at the time of obtaining this certification that we were the first farm here in Bolívar certified in good sheep practices. So these are things that make us proud, because that is what we work for, to leave a mark on the environment. The green business La Granula Fe, located in the municipality of Turbaco, is the integration between sustainable, environmentally friendly, good agricultural practices and environmental management of the entire environment that you find when you visit the farm La Fe, where you can also enjoy nature, the environment, the natural resources. It is a green business because it has a positive impact on the environment with the good practices that they practice within the farm. The idea of being self-sufficient, autonomous in energy issues arose, but it has not been possible. But we are at 80%. If I really did not have my solar panels, the bill from the energy company would be coming to me for 1,000,000 pesos, and now I pay 300 or 350,000 pesos if I did not have the solar panels, the solar plant for the house and the pumping. I say that the expense would be much more. We have done well, really. The company that installed the solar panels was very correct. They never sold me an idea that was crazy, because there are people who say with that you can supply, with that you can do 1,000 wonders, and no, really what we have has been a great help for the economic issues of the farm. Here we have several products that we offer to visitors. From the cows, we have cheese, which is a totally organic product, free of fertilizers, free of chemicals, because it is precisely one of our legacies, to make the least impact on nature. Then, our pest control, disease control, we do it as naturally as possible, and then, logically the products we have as a result of the farm are equally healthy and free of chemicals. There is the cheese, there is the lamb meat. We have an organic garden where we harvest basil, spinach, sweet bell pepper, eggplant, cucumber, products that we produce with our own land and that go to your table in the healthiest way, as I tell you. It is a project initially. We are now attending the weekend with the Pasadia. The person who wishes can come. In times of pandemic, it was necessary to have prior reservation. It can be done through Instagram. it can be done through social networks. The elements that we offer are mostly products from here. We offer the mote de queso, with cheese obviously from our cows. Or it can be lamb, also from our sheep. We have camping areas, because we not only have cabins, you can also do camping, picnic. You can also enjoy paddling, kayaking. We have handmade pools that allow you to relax, because they have a chorrito, a waterfall that allows you to enjoy the sound of the water, the birds and nature. It is super relaxing. There is also the lodging. It is a new possibility that we have where you can come and join us, make your reservation and stay. We hope you always come and enjoy to the fullest this blessing of nature, animals, relax and get away from technology, cell phones. That's the first thing we say. If you enter here you have to turn off your cell phones to make the most of your time at our farm La Fe. Cartagena definitely has much more attractions. Places like these that allow you to get away from the daily routine, and here I think that there is nothing more soothing than the singing of the birds, the animal that is near, from the purr or the meow of the cat, suddenly the mooing of the cow. We have caged fish farming. We have picnic activities because you can come with your family and we will set up, in a remote area, your tablecloth with the picnic basket for you to share as a family. Besides the pool, kayak, horses, food for our animals, there are many activities. There is also a night bonfire, or night of stars, which we have also done. We have a kiosk where we have also done yoga activities. All those things allow absolute and total relaxation. Sometimes one sees those things as insignificant, but they have an enormous value for tranquility and relaxation. For tourists it is a very pleasant experience. It is supremely pleasant, because they manifest it. You can see it when they arrive and when they leave, and when they are here interacting with everything they are happy being qualify the place as a place they did not know this existed. Leaving this legacy to mankind is what we really want. Here is also one of the few areas left with so many trees. You know, with so much construction what they are doing is cutting down. Here we do not cut down any trees, however. When a tree falls due to natural conditions, we use that wood, and you can see chairs, tables made with those trees, because the idea is to make the most of all these resources. Then we have our dining table made with wood that has fallen naturally. I would like to be a model for all small farms to do this. That is to say, a shelf, a showcase, so that people are uncomplicated, disconnected and happy. I think that for things to have a good result, one must do them with passion and like what one is doing. For me this is not a job. For me this is a distraction. It is to enjoy, because I enjoy seeing the little ant that is passing by until the bird that flies. All this because it is what I tell you that is a great wealth. But what I do tell you, and it is true, is that it requires a certain investment. But this is a step by step that we are also learning, and the most important thing is that we are being useful, responsibly and socially with the surrounding areas, generating employment, and other issues that also allow us to help this area that is giving us this blessing.